Hey, I'm Rejected Shotgun. So there's some very exciting news related to the next event coming to Overwatch. In fact, on the Overwatch PTR, the loot boxes for the next event have already been discovered, and they're known as archive loot boxes. Now, what this means for the next event is actually very interesting, and we can actually grasp a lot of new information just from the name archive loot boxes. So without any further ado, let's dive right into this. So there's a lot to learn about the next Overwatch event based on the leak of these archive loot boxes. So it turns out the way that this was discovered was a user on Reddit posted that they had gone into the Overwatch PTR and looked at some of the skins, and they noticed that on all of the Uprising skins, instead of saying available in Uprising loot boxes, they had now been changed to say available in archive loot boxes. So an archive loot box has never been seen before in game. It's clearly something new that we have not been shown yet by Blizzard, which kind of implies that this is a future loot box that will be added into the game sometime, as there's really no reason for Blizzard to go back and rename loot boxes that have already existed. That would be pretty pointless in every regard. So this kind of implies that Blizzard is working on something similar to the Uprising loot box, and they accidentally kind of slipped in a string of text from the new update, and it made its way onto the PTR. So what I take away from this is there's going to be a story event. The next event is a story event. Why do I know this? Because if the Uprising items are available in something called an archive loot box, then that means there's going to be an archive loot box for an event related to the Overwatch lore, because all of last year's Uprising cosmetics are available in this new loot box. That means the next event is a successor to the Uprising event. How last year's Halloween items are available in this year's Halloween loot boxes, the same can be said for the Uprising skins. All of the Uprising skins are available again this year, but they're available in archive loot boxes. That's why on the PTR, all of the Uprising items say available in the archive loot boxes. So as you can see, these are the successor to the Uprising loot boxes, as all of last year's cosmetics from that event are in it. That means we're getting a new archive event, unnamed so far. We just have the loot boxes to go off of, but this is the successor to the Uprising event, and it's going to be entirely story-based, entirely based on the lore of Overwatch. So last year we had the PvE event describing the Uprising in King's Row, and we had to fight off waves and waves of Omnics, and it was pretty awesome. So now we're getting another story-based Overwatch event, presumably with a PvE mode inside of it, because last year had that, and to not have it this year would be a bit of a downer, so I assume Blizzard's already on that page there. So archive loot boxes are going to contain all of the new cosmetics that are going to be available in this new archive event. So the name archive actually implies that there is an archive of Overwatch missions, and that this is going to be another Overwatch mission from the Overwatch archive itself. So the Uprising event last year actually was an archived Overwatch mission. So now we're going on another archived Overwatch mission. This time it's going to be something completely different. But of course, the cosmetics from last year's Overwatch archive mission, Uprising, are going to be available in those loot boxes, as all previous events have been. So this is really exciting. We're now given a glimpse into the future of Overwatch's next event, and of course, now we have confirmed that it is going to be an Overwatch story and lore event. So I'm personally very excited for this, because Blizzard earlier last year I should say, have confirmed that there's going to be lore-based events this year, and likely more than one. So we're now probably going to see 2 likely lore-based events this year, with the first being this archive event, or whatever this archived mission is for Overwatch anyway. I'm sure Blizzard will have a much more interesting name than just archive. I think it's just archive loot boxes for the sake of being efficient and lore friendly and many other reasons. Anyway, I'm really excited for when Blizzard will actually end up announcing this event, but you got it here first. This is the new event in Overwatch, confirmed by the archive loot boxes, which will contain the previous Uprising cosmetics inside of them. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. I was very fascinated to see what this actually entails, and realizing that this was implying a new story-based update has got me very excited. Now, if you enjoyed this video, do be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more cool Overwatch and gaming stories like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm putting out content like this all the time. Anyway, that's all for today. I will see you in the next video.